Got Graham Smith walking out to the stage right now. This is for a heavyweight bout. Graham's at 33 years old, brown belt, fighting out of High Noon BJJ.
Yeah, out of Baltimore.
Hometown for the two of us.
Yep, hometown for the both of us as well here on commentary.
Coaches Tim Dawson and Matt Miller in his corner tonight.
Dropping the shoes off the mat.
Making his way to the stage, it's Bruce Kim.
Bruce Kim, 33-year-old heavyweight brown belt, coming out of Dimitri Chrisos Jiu-Jitsu, our event head today.
Yep, as well as BJJ Revolution out of Fairfax, Virginia. He won the adult gi purple belt division in absolute and the masters gi brown belt absolute division at previous Copa Virginias. Always love to see Copa Elite showcasing Copa Virginia talent. You know, the regionals and these super fight organizations. It's great to see that.
And we can expect Bruce to be playing a guard game tonight.
Hello. Up next here, the heavyweight division, fighting with the brown belt out of High Noon BJJ from Baltimore, Maryland. It's Graham Smith. And fighting with the brown belts, fighting out of BJJ Revolution. From Fairfax, Virginia, it's Bruce Kim!
Action underway here. We got Graham in the black gi and Bruce in the white.
This is a brown belt adult match. This is an 8-minute match into the IBJJF rule sets here at Copa Elite. Bruce immediately goes for that pull, looks for the inside leg to set up almost like a sickle sweep or maybe an X guard. I'm not exactly
It's
certain.
like a reverse de la Hiva a little bit there. Bouncing back and forth between these open guard positions. We have Bruce, and then he closes up a closed guard, and we see Graham stand up with it.
Yeah, Graham's a real tall fighter, and so Bruce has to lean all the way underneath to hook that leg.
Now we see Bruce climbing up to get that hug grip around him, which puts a lot more pressure onto Graham if he's able to do it. Interesting exchange there. Bruce opened up his guard and then worked in a spider while still in the air.
Yeah, that's a nice lasso spider transition there. It's not a transition I see very often from standing, so really kind of speaks to the depth of Bruce's guard game here.
Now we see Bruce playing that lasso on his left side, circling in under the leg on the right, and hits a beautiful lasso sweep.
Beautiful sweep and coming up on it.
Comes up to the top, and we see Graham sort of settle into the guard position, so I think we're going to see points for this.
Yeah, I would think we're going to see points for that, especially because the referee waited like 3 or 4 seconds there in order to stop the match, which is really good refereeing. I always like to see referees wait for a position to be settled if there's a sweep before resetting them.
It's referee Ricardo Ribeiro. We've got our 2 points on the board, and we see Bruce starting to settle into this top position, looking to pass from that headquarters spot. But Graham's doing a nice job keeping that knee shield nice and low across Bruce's chest. Makes it hard to pass from headquarters there.
Especially with that lapel grip in the center there. You can push with the knee and pull with the lapel grip. It makes it very, very difficult to change the distances between.
And then we see Graham settle into a full guard position, but he's off sort of on an angle with the knee, with Bruce's knee through. He's got those long legs, though, so he was able to close up his guard around that position.
Potentially going to see a fall-over armbar there for a second. I'm not sure. Graham looked like he was setting up either an open or an armbar from that position. Nice inside grip on the topside collar from Bruce there. And
Graham does a great job taking advantage of the situation, standing up, wrestling up through.
A nice tech-up sweep there. And then Bruce did the right thing and tried to come up and tried to stand out of the points. But Graham was able to drag his hips back down in order to get the 2. So even match with just under 6 minutes left to go.
See Graham staying low and compact and then breaking out up into that headquarters position a couple times here.
With a strong guard player like Bruce, you have to kind of fight off the hooks, and so getting nice and compact to compress the hooks in and then aggressively standing very, very far away.
We see another beautiful sweep here from Bruce. Sort of a modified scissor sweep from half guard there.
Yeah, and he keeps his grips when he comes up. He looks to immediately establish the position and doesn't look to just like kind of scramble out to try to pass the guard. Very happy to get his points there. Makes it a 4-2 match with Bruce on top there, taking the points, and another tech up sweep.
Arm drag into a tech up from Graham.
Evens it up. 4-4, 5 minutes to go.
This time, Graham's laying his chest heavy into Bruce's hips, maybe learning a little bit from those past 2 sweeps. He's staying low on the hips and is looking for this over-under pass. Graham does an interesting job taking his leg, Bruce does an interesting technique there, taking his leg over Graham's head. But Graham's savvy about it, settles back into the over-under position.
Yeah, Graham's doing a good job passing, but he's also doing a good job of keeping Bruce's low side leg controlled so that Bruce doesn't have the opportunity to throw for either an omoplata or a triangle.
And that's going to be important in these positions because we've seen Bruce as a very dynamic guard from here. We've seen 2 sweeps out of him already, and he's looking for submissions in the process.
Yeah, again, whenever you go up against a guard player, that is their preferred position, and they're so dangerous. They have so many different options there. Controlling the legs, controlling the hooks of someone in guard, especially in like something like a butterfly guard, is so important because you don't want to walk yourself into a game where the opponent can start lifting you with their hooks and turning you where they want to. Once you control the legs, control the hooks, and the posture there, you really can start implementing your passing.
Absolutely, and we're seeing Graham do a nice job of that, staying low at the hips, preventing Bruce from being able to load up that weight that you were talking about.
Yeah, again, Bruce going into the lasso guard. Same side collar, got the lasso in. Graham is doing a great job of fencing that low side foot and preventing Bruce from being able to really throw heavy offense off that. He's looking to pass as well, getting that hook all the way to the mat and stepping around.
Keeping a lot of heavy pressure on that top knee of Bruce's, which is a smart way to defend the sweep, but if you're putting a lot of pressure in there and your weight's heavy into that top leg, it also provides them an opportunity to load you up if you make slight mistakes, and so it's
and you can see a little bit of that load happening. Bruce is really putting heavy pressure into that lasso, and if Graham turns too far to one side, he can turn him over. Now immediately going for an omoplata, potentially a gogo-plata variation, potentially looking to do an omoplata sweep over.
Graham's in trouble here. He's trying to roll out. Bruce does an excellent job coming up to the cross arm.
Yeah, gets the points there coming up. And the arm is trapped and gets the omoplata
Hits the
finish.
omoplata.
Very, very nice transition from Bruce.
A wonderful finish, too. You don't see a lot of omoplatas finished that way, but in this particular case, he climbed up heavy to Graham's shoulders in a great way.
There you have it, Bruce!
Great match.
Yoon!
And that's why I love watching matches in the gi, because you tend to get a collection of techniques like the omoplata that you just don't see in no-gi as much.
Absolutely.
With that additional friction from the fabric and the ability to grab the outside of the belt or the far side of the lapels to get those turnovers there. And then when you're able to turn them over, you have so much more friction and so much ability to control the collars that you can finish those techniques in a way you just don't see in no-gi.
Excellent matchup there.